What's going on, you guys? My name is Jacob. Today we're doing a reaction to English differences from 5 English-speaking countries. I've done quite a few videos on the UK already, and the little slight differences that we have in, they're not really slight differences, there are some major differences we have in the way that we speak English, so I thought this would be a fun video to hop into. Really excited to check it out. If it's your first time here, hit the like button, subscribe, stick around. I got a lot of content coming out, so let's just dive straight in.
Ireland, we'd say jumping jack.
Chuck.
Chuck the chalk like on the Barbie.
Chuck the chalk.
What? All right.
Hello. Hi, I'm Christina from the US.
Hi, I'm Lauren from the UK.
Hi, I'm Emer from Ireland.
Hi, I'm Rory from Australia.
I'm Dylan from New Zealand.
All right.
We already know that we use different words. We may use similar words, I think, because we're close, and then maybe you two will
I
use
feel
similar
like
words.
we'll use more similar words to the UK than we might to the US. But also, Australians shorten everything.
You have your own word for everything, so.
In the US, toilet.
In the UK, loo or toilet.
In Ireland, toilet.
In Australia, toilet.
Not dunny?
You gotta say
No,
dunny.
the dunny is like outside, like an outside toilet.
Dunny?
You might call that a dunny, but that toilet.
New Zealand, toilet.
What I call the actual thing the loo, it's more like the loo is the room, but then this is also the loo. I don't know. Loo?
I feel like I've heard the loo before. That sounds so cool. I wish we used that.
Sometimes we say
Right.
loo. Like if someone said the loo, we know
The
it's like
loo.
that
Going to the
place.
Yeah, you go,
Yeah.
you're going to the loo.
Am I going to the loo? I don't know.
In the US, this is a chicken.
In
Chicken.
the UK, this is also a chicken.
In Ireland, it's also a chicken.
In Australia, it's a chicken.
In New Zealand, it is a chicken.
You could refer
Okay.
to it as a chook, but you would call it a chicken. But if you were going to have like a roast chicken, you could call it a roast chook.
Ah. So once it's been cooked.
Wow.
It's still the chicken.
Not
But
chicken
maybe
anymore.
you call it a chook. Most people would say they're going to eat chicken, but you could say chuck the chook like on the Barbie.
Chuck the chook.
Oh, that is the most Australian sentence I've heard.
Chuck the chook on the Barbie.
So in the US is a hurricane.
In the UK, we would say hurricane.
In Ireland, hurricane.
In Australia, you'd probably say cyclone, but you would know what a hurricane is.
Yeah, in New Zealand, we would say cyclone, but we don't have any, so.
Yeah, us too. I think like cyclone is also used commonly, but
Cyclone, it's like a different from hurricane, isn't it? It's only in like Asia. What is the difference between a cyclone and a hurricane? Hold on, I gotta check that out. All right, difference between a cyclone and a hurricane. The primary difference between a hurricane and a cyclone is geographical location. Both are the same type of storm. Okay, so which is a large rotating tropical system, storm system with winds exceeding 74 miles per hour. Okay, so I guess it's just different areas, just call them different things. Typhoons are the same type of storm, but occur in the Northwest Pacific. All right, all right. Somehow I always thought they were like different types of storms, but I guess they're just kind of the same thing. Just name something different.
like in the news, which would be where we would see would be like hurricane.
If someone said cyclone, I'd know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
In the US, cash register.
In the UK, till.
In Ireland, it's the till.
In Australia, it's the till.
And in New Zealand, it's the till.
Oh,
We're the only ones that call that a cash register? That seems insane to me.
sorry, Christina.
I see a till.
Cash register is so long.
It's like a tongue twister too. Cash register. Till is so much easier to say though.
Till is
In
easier to
Ireland,
say.
I've heard register sometimes.
I think like you hear it in like Seinfeld and stuff, so you just know like what it is.
We know what it is.
Till, never. I never hear till, but it's so much easier to
No.
say. In the US,
Fall.
normally people would say fall.
In the UK, we would say autumn.
In Ireland, it's autumn.
In Australia, it's autumn.
And New Zealand, it's autumn.
Why are we so different from all English-speaking countries? Like, why do we say fall? I like autumn. I say autumn occasionally, but usually that's like if you're getting a candle from Yankee and it's autumn scent.
But autumn too, but I think typically fall is much
Yeah.
more commonly used. But we definitely know autumn. Always like fall festival. Yeah, it would be fall. In the US, it's a check.
Mark?
In the UK, it is a tick.
Ireland, it's a tick.
In Australia, that's a tick.
In New Zealand, that's a
What?
tick.
What?
Whoa.
A tick? What the heck? Why are we using check?
Oh, Yeah, hearing tick, we would be like, a tick, like, you know, the bug.
Yeah, it's a bug.
It's like a tick.
It's a sound you make, like tick, tick.
Tick, tick, tick. Check. No? Okay, okay. So in the US, vacation house?
In the UK, this would be a holiday home.
In Ireland, it'd be a holiday home.
In Australia, it would be a holiday house.
In New Zealand, this would be a batch.
And batches specifically
batch,
for
huh?
holiday.
It's like your
vacation.
house you go to on holiday.
And where do people usually have their batches?
Usually,
I'm just curious. If you guys call vacations holidays, what do you call holidays? Is that called something else? I've never even thought about that. I know that like many other American or not English-speaking countries use the word holiday for vacation. I chat with a ton of people across the world all the time, and if I'm speaking to them, of course, like typing through a messenger, I know what they mean when they say holiday. But what do you call holidays? Like actual holidays?
like on the beach or in, nearby the beach.
Somewhere relaxing.
I've absolutely no idea why it's called a batch.
Batch. So random.
So in the US,
even know it.
convenience store?
In the UK, we would say corner shop.
In Ireland, it's also a corner shop.
In Australia, you'd probably say convenience store, but you might, if you were older, call it a milk bar.
Sell milk there.
A
right?
milk
I guess
bar?
that's probably where it came from. I know my granddad would have called something like that a milk bar.
Well, in New Zealand, we call it a dairy.
Just dairy.
Dairy.
Same logic, I guess.
What?
Like,
Milk. They sell milk.
And ours are on the corners usually, or they used to be, so that's why we call them corner shops.
Hold on, they are going really fast. A dairy? But like, this is blowing my mind. What do you call a dairy then? Like an actual dairy? What?
Are on the corners usually, or they used to be, so that's why we call them corner shops.
So in
Baby
the US,
stroller.
this would be a stroller.
In the UK, this would be a pram.
In Ireland, pram or a buggy. Yeah, I think buggies are more the ones where they're facing forward, though. Instead of,
what?
I think at a pram would be the
Being
one.
a father here, like now you can switch them around, no problem.
Oh wow, you can do both buggy and pramming.
Wow, there you go.
In Australia, you call that a pram.
Yeah, in New Zealand, you'd call it a
pram.
pram.
Nice.
What?
In the US, this is jumping jacks.
In the UK, this is a star jump.
In Ireland, we'd say jumping jacks.
In Australia, we'd call that a star jump.
And in New Zealand, we'd call that a star jump.
Okay, I'm not like laughing at, the actual people that use these words, but it's just so weird to me. A star jump? I mean, I guess a jumping jack isn't really any better. Maybe a star jump is better. Does look like a star. What is a jumping jack? Where does the jack come from? I don't even know. This is blowing my. I did not expect to have my mind blown this much.
Okay.
Who's Jack?
Yeah, who is Jack?
Yeah, who is
Why
Jack?
jumping Jack?
He just had a thing where he would do these kind of jumps, and they just called up.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a jumping jack. No, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I
what
was
it
gonna. I
is.
was like, that's not
Is
true.
Jack like a?
The game.
The games, they do kind of look like those jacks, hey?
Yeah, I think that's why.
Okay.
In the
Police
US,
officer?
police.
In the UK, police.
In Ireland, it's Garda.
Garda.
That is an Irish word. We don't have an English word. I mean, you could call it a policeman or police officer, but we call them Garda or the Gardaí.
Gardaí.
The Gardaí.
Oh, I like
Like the
that.
guards.
The Gardaí.
In Australia, that's a police officer.
Yeah, in New Zealand, that's the police.
The police.
The police.
The police.
When there's an article, you know you got to serious.
So yeah, the same in the US.
Police.
It was fun. I like the Gardaí. That was different for me.
I think it was funny. It was just like
What is she talking about? They should all be different for her. Like, pretty much, I think there was maybe 2 or 3 of them that were the same,
by
but
yourself, and then we all said the same kind of words.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect, actually, that they would have some similar words with you. But
The US doing our own thing again.
I thought it was interesting. Like all of us were the same, except that one where we had jumping jacks.
yeah.
I was like, I thought like it would all be the same, like or something. But yeah, and then of course
Yeah.
the Gardaí and Batch actually. Batch is a good one.
Something you like, right?
Honestly, I think, the same. I was surprised by how many, the US was just completely on its own vibe. But then again, now that I think about it, I've heard those words, so I know what they mean.
Yeah.
But then when I heard bash and guard, what?
and you can't say because like it's the U.S. is on a different continent because Australia and New Zealand are as well. And it's just
Same.
wild,
Same. Batch,
crazy.
Never.
Yeah, I think like for New Zealanders when we travel abroad, like a lot of times there's words that we use that people have no idea.
Batch, I would be like, oh, batch of bread.
Batch of what?
It was good learning like to see how we have similarities and how we're different, you know.
So today we compared some word differences.
If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and
All
subscribe.
right, if you guys want to check it out, it's called World Friends. That was fun. That was really, really fun. I just reacted. I don't know which one's getting released first. I'll probably release, I did the World War II. Don't remember exactly what the title of the video was, but it was about deaths in World War. It was super heavy, and I was like really down after watching that. So I was like, I gotta do something a little bit more fun. So check that one out. Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate you stopping in, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.